Hello and welcome back to another episode of Absolutely. My name is Benny, that is Sal, and that is Hussein. And today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Gamer Supps. Right here, I've got Green Apple. It's great. You can check out their waifu bread. You can check out their sus bars. You can check out their drinks. They are keeping us going, and they're one of the longest running sponsors we got right here at the Absolutely channel. I'm almost saying the wrong one. Maybe I should have funny.
Called us comic historian. Jeez, how dare you?
Oh, it'd be an upgrade, Hassan.
Okay, dude. What's our topic of the day?
Today, we've got the debate, controversy, leaks about what's going on with Spider-Man 4. So supposedly, there is currently leaks that Sony wants to recreate No Way Home by bringing back Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, which I would 100% believe that they would want to do because they want money.
100%, no surprise there. That was like No Way Home's success made me believe. I was like, yes, great. Oh no, Sony's gonna do this for every Spider-Man movie now.
And I hate it because I might love it. Like, I don't want it. That's
You'll
I want
for like two more.
Yes, for two more though, because I never even felt like I got it. Like, I got a lot out of that movie. At the same time, I was like, I could just watch the three of them do a podcast. Like, so
Right.
you're Spider-Man. What do you do with your when you get stuck up there?
Yeah,
Oh, let me explain.
Yeah,
I got it.
I could deal with it for maybe one, maybe two more. But what
put
we're
him in
hearing is
Secret
Kevin
Wars.
Feige wants to bring Spider-Man back to the basics, do a street level movie.
For the love of God.
Okay, you know what? As much as I would love to have one more movie with all three Spider-Men,
It's
we
called
haven't
Secret
had
Wars.
proper street level Spider-Man in the MCU yet.
I mean, look. This is also like a lesson for Sony as well, because like the first two movies are pretty grounded. You know, like the first one is he's mostly in New York, and then he goes to Coney Island at the end. Like the big climax is he takes down a plane. That's the movie.
He goes to Washington, D.C. for a moment.
DC too,
climbs
which is
up the monument. That's fine.
I know, it's just like neat. It's neat, but it's like I'd rather have spent the whole movie in New York. But look, we're in New York a lot. We see a lot of beautiful shots of him like riding the subway. So I'm cool with Homecoming. Far From Home. First of all, these home titles need to go away. But also the fact that like it's relegated to Europe, I'm like, boo, I hate this. But the stakes are pretty low.
Yep.
Oh no, Mysterio's going to con Nick Fury's Skrull replacement. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Oh, dude, he's gonna destroy London. Bummer,
Oh no!
I guess.
Live
Sorry,
there.
Dan.
I just, I'm like, eh.
But I still don't feel like we have just a grounded level like Spider-Man. Like
Yeah.
just all the way through New York, doing the normal New York Spider-Man stuff.
Yes,
Like,
yes, I want that. Like, like in No Way Home, we got him like he caught a bike thief. No, that was the first one. Like,
Yeah.
but he catches somebody in a deleted scene. All the best Spider-Man New York stuff is all in the cutting room floor.
Oh my God, the Far From Home opening deleted scene.
The opening
they showed
deleted
it.
scene.
They show it. They showed it multiple
Kills
times
me.
since then. Wasn't in the movie where Spider-Man. And yes, he's in the Iron Spider suit, but whatever. He fights a whole gang, the Manfredi mob, right?
Yeah.
The Manfredi crime family, and it is the most Spider-Man. He's quipping. He's using his powers in interesting ways.
Yep.
And then the whole scene ends with him messing with the police and being like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to do this if you guys did your jobs better. Whoa, I'm kidding, guys. Have fun. I'm going on vacation. And that's just in the trailer instead. And I was like, are you kidding me?
It's
Insane sequence. Sequence.
But like, I'll take a scene. Like, I mean, look, there's a big MCU relegated to the 5 boroughs. If you have not seen the end of Echo, there's a big possible story that's brewing in the MCU you could easily do, which would involve a lot of superheroes. It'd be a lot of fun, especially our boy Daredevil. I mean, I would love to see Spider-Man and Daredevil in a street level Spider-Man movie.
And they've been in a movie together. Thankfully, we've actually finally seen them on screen.
Yeah,
and what they should lead into forget. I think they kind of are, but forget Kang.
Right.
Forget
Kang's
everything
gone.
right now.
Yeah.
You know what they should be leaning into, and it would lead straight into a Spider-Man 4.
Mhm.
Literally, just do Kingpin.
Yes.
Do Devil's Reign. Have
Devil's
him
Reign.
take over New York, and every one of our superheroes could be affected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not the big bad. The big bad is Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
That'd be fine with
because
me.
Vincent D'Onofrio is actually a guy who's like, I just want to keep playing this character.
He
I
likes
love this
playing
character and I'll play it. I'll have so much fun playing it. He could get too big and get other roles and he'd still come back to play Kingpin versus some of our other actors where they're like using the MCU to get a crazy check and then move on to their next thing. I think this is an interesting bit of Spider-Man news that came out recently. There's an actor named Tom Hollander, and accidentally received Tom Holland's first box office bonus from one of the Avengers movies, and it was a 7-figure number. No, that's not how much money he got paid for the movie. That's not how much money he got paid in bonuses for the movie. It was one bonus check for Tom Holland was over $1 million, like upper millions, essentially.
Because like, look, if it was one of the Avengers movies, like you put Spider-Man in an Avengers movie, you guaranteed that it will make $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
That is a thank you check, and it's worth it.
That's some of my favorite street level Spider-Man, Infinity War, where he just web swings into the fight, grabs the fist. Oh, hey, Mr. Stark, what's this guy's problem? He's here to find a wizard in a cloak. Okay, and he's just fighting.
I wonder if there is a supercut on YouTube of all the scenes of Spider-Man doing Spider-Man things in New York in the MCU.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure it's 8 minutes long.
And it's like it's everything the Russos has directed and about 5 things the John Watts did. Not because I don't like John Watts. He's really good at spectacle, and No Way Home taught me that he actually does know how to make a Spider-Man movie as well. But he really leans into the huge things when like the little bit we got at the end of Far From Home of him web swinging New York. That's like as much web swinging, just true to form, swinging, holding Zendaya. It was really cool looking. It was very visually interesting. Never got it again.
Oh.
Well, the whole trilogy was try to do things that we've never seen Spider-Man do because we've constantly seen him swing. The first movie I was on board, but by the second movie, I'm like, it reminds me of the Smallville stance of he will never fly and he'll never wear the suit. And I'm like, guys, that made a great first 5 seasons, but when he went to Metropolis, that shit should have been out the window.
It's over. Yeah. It's a Superman show now. Yeah, exactly. Like,
on my first movie,
that's what I feel like a Spider-Man. Like first movie, cool. You're doing shit I've never seen before. I love it.
Don't reference Uncle Ben.
I mean, can we get back to in my third movie? It's like, why are we just not doing Spider-Man?
I also cannot believe they decided to fully I understood why we weren't bringing up Uncle Ben. I thought there was a lot of nuance to how we were doing it, and to fully wholesale rip him out of the universe. That never happened. There is no Uncle Ben. But we laid the groundwork for Uncle Ben. He has a bag that said BFE, Benjamin Franklin Bugger. They're clearly they're sad in the first movie. They're living alone now. So they even planted the seeds, and then I'm fine for Aunt May to have the line too. But the fact that Uncle Ben, like he's talking about all things he's lost, he says, Mr. Stark, okay, man, I get it. I like rich guys. If a rich guy was giving me a bunch of fancy stuff, I'd like him too, and I'd be bummed if he died. But my Uncle Ben who raised me, because they do it in What If. And What If they were allowed to, and What If in the zombie one from season 1, he throws out the line where he's like, yeah, my Uncle Ben died.
Well, he says in Civil War that he got his powers in for 6 months, which means that Uncle Ben died 6 months prior, or not.
And the implication, so that it's there. You can feel the implication of that scene without having to explicitly state it. And now we've gotten this whole like retroactive continuity fixing there, and I don't love that. Sadly, but
I they still haven't. I mean, like, look, I love that with Garrett power comes from Aunt May. I thought it was really earned. It was really beautiful in that movie in No Way Home.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean she's the only one who said it. Like, that doesn't mean that Uncle Ben still doesn't exist. I'm not trying to be like, it's just a little airborne. It's still good. It's still good. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm like, okay.
What's their names? The other Spider-Men say Uncle Ben, and he doesn't say it. He doesn't react, which that was my thing.
He doesn't say who. He just goes like, well, like, obviously, if you both have Uncle Ben, then I don't even need to say I have an Uncle Ben. Like, it could be interpreted one way or another. Like,
I'm actually surprised they didn't like triple down though. Like really lead into the fact like, okay, so Uncle Ben, Tony Stark, and Aunt May at this point.
Right. Yeah. I've lost 3 people.
Yeah, they could have really doubled that, tripled down on the whole
the movie ends on such a solemn note.
It does.
Like, isn't that crazy?
You know what's funny about that? So, go ahead. You go
no,
first.
No. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, because the comics just did that basically. Because they reiterated how important Uncle Ben is. Because if you read Superior Spider-Man #3, there's a discussion about Doc Ock taking back over as Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's exact line is, I don't know if I can trust you. You haven't lost anyone.
That's true.
Like, and they bring up Uncle Ben as the reason why Peter, like, that's how important it, like, literally a whole new series is using Uncle Ben as, I can't give you the powers, Doc. I mean, like,
no, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's such an, because yes, people will argue like, well, he got Tony Stark. He's basically like his uncle figure. Yeah, but it's different. It's different. And also the weight of like, okay, we don't hear about Uncle Ben during the entire time Tony Stark's around because he's so like, this is my guy. I'm ignoring my problems. I'm Spider-Man
rebounding.
now.
He's rebounding Uncle Ben.
He's rebounding. And then when Aunt May dies, and then the 3 Spider-Men come on the thing, and they're like, Uncle Ben told me that you guys had Uncle Ben too. I miss him every day. That's it. Move on. Keep moving. And then you have him at the end at the gravesite where Happy doesn't recognize him. And you see him in the hotel, and then you see him, or the crappy apartment, and then you see him put on that beautiful suit, and he flies off. And you know he's thinking of Ben. He's thinking of Tony. He's thinking of Aunt May. He's thinking of Mary Jane and Ned, and he's off on his own world alone without any of them now. Damn, it's one tweak. That would fix a lot of it. I think John Watts is coming back. I don't know if he is coming back for Spider-Man.
Supposedly, this is all rumors. Yeah. John Watts is coming back for Spider-Man 4, and so is Tom Holland.
Well, he's not doing Fantastic Four anymore.
Yeah, he quit Fantastic
Four now.
He quit Fantastic Four. He was the director of Fantastic Four. That was his next project.
Yeah.
I think you bring the Russo brothers and let them do Spider-Man. Honest to God, those guys, they're the biggest Spider-Man fans, and it speaks through the character. Like, you can feel it, and they also have shown that they know how to juggle a huge sandbox of characters, and we have a huge sandbox of street-level characters. It wouldn't just be gratuitous cameos with them. They would all have meaning and purpose. Yeah. That's what I'm there for.
All right. I don't think there's much more to say. I think we all just want the grounded Spider-Man. Don't do No Way Home again. I agree. I think we'd all enjoy it one more time.
Yeah, which Secret Wars can give us that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, like, because there's nobody that's going to show up in Secret. I mean, look, you're going to get some pre-MCU character actors. You're going to have a couple of probably cameos who are dead people from the old MCU, but like the stars of the show are going to be the 3 Spider-Men.
Yeah.
That said, though, like, look, Sony, Far From Home, I think made $1 billion, and that movie's not about anything.
Yeah,
like
all the Spider-Man movies did.
I know, but like, so you don't need. It doesn't need to be like a $400 million Spider-Man movie with everybody in it. It could just be Spider-Man. Like, you could save some money and make more money.
You know what they could do?
It's just Spider-Man.
Just do Spider-Man team-up movies. Just have them team up with an individual guy.
Dude,
like,
you're hitting. They never do this, and this is such a genius thing.
That's why Deadpool 3 Wolverine's going to be amazing.
It is. And there's so many, like, Spider-Man and Daredevil. Like, that scene at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier when Spider-Man absolutely should have swung in and helped fight. Yeah. And then Falcon gives a speech, and at the end of it, he's like, hey, Captain Falcon America, what do I do with these guys? I webbed them up over here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he just turns around and goes,
Hawkeye had the exact same thing, where it's like, this is totally happening.
This is going to happen. He's going to come.
It's weird. It's suspicious that they did it like that and then didn't put him in. It's like, yeah, no, Spider-Man.
They wanted him. I think the writers have gone on record. They wanted him for a little scene, and then they said no.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous they couldn't use him. Spider-Man 1 is Spider-Man 4 is Daredevil. Spider-Man 5 is Ms. Marvel, and then Spider-Man 6 is like everybody. All the Avengers show up. You know, like, screw it, whatever. It's fun. Like, just have fun. Do it for God's sake. Or Deadpool.
Yeah, just have Deadpool Spider-Man. We need that movie finally.
I would watch a Deadpool Spider-Man movie in a heartbeat.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland? I can't imagine what that
chemistry is like. And you have to,
like.
at some point, for 10 minutes, Wolverine just kind of comes through.
He does a go F yourself scene, like in First
It's
Class.
like Hugh Jackman. They recorded him sitting at a bar, and then they later did the footage of them being like, I like to watch him. He's not in our movies anymore, but he's so good looking. What are you talking about? He goes,
leave that poor man alone.
Don't bother him. That's character actor Hugh Jackman.
He has a Broadway show to perform.
All right, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. And absolutely check out our sponsor, Gamer Subs. Use the code COMICS at checkout, and we'll see you next time.